Okay, guys, so bit of a confession. Is the podcast name a golf reference? 1000% yes. Have we also gotten to this point without making a single episode dedicated to golf? Also, yes. I have made the executive decision that today's episode is dedicated to the home of golf. Period. That's it. We're going to be chatting all things golf today. The culture, the experience, and the effect it has on St. Andrews, both the town and the uni. So, yeah, let's get chatting. Okay, golf. It's more than a sport. It's a lifestyle. Did I just make that up? Yes, it's actually not even on the script. But I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of proud of that one. Dare I say, Link's media intern? I hope you could see me wing through the glasses. Anywho, for those of you who don't know, St. Andrews is referred to as the home of golf. Basically, for the past 600 years, the old course, St. Andrews, has served as kind of like this motherland, this beacon of golf for all of these golfers around the world to come visit and embark on like this pilgrimage experience. And they play the old course and they feel the spiritualness, is that a word? Spirituality? I feel like that's a better word. And they feel the spirituality. I really hope that's a word. If not, that's so embarrassing. But yeah, like they're moved by this experience and this culture in this town that's just so golf heavy, and it's amazing. And it's where I live. So if you didn't know, it's where I live now. Not right now, but I'll be moving back there in September. I'm making myself laugh. This is so bad. Anyway, so that's the backstory. I know the origins of golf are very complicated and convoluted, but a lot of people do credit St. Andrews to being like where golf was created, and it's just a very, very historically rich town for the sport. So anyway, we're just gonna talk about St. Andrews, the home of golf, what makes it so special, how I feel like golf has really affected uni life and everything and all that good stuff. Links golf is truly like none other. Mind you, I am from Florida, as you all know by now, so it honestly might be the most drastic difference a person could get, Florida golf from links golf. Florida golf is the epitome to a fairy tale movie-like scenario. Sunshine, blue skies, maybe a light breeze. It's so chill. It's so fun. I'm wearing like a cute little skirt. I'm putting outfits together, different skirts, different cute little polos. It's an experience in itself. It's its own thing. But links golf. Oh my gosh. The wind, the cold, the terrain. Let me paint you a picture of my attire when I'm playing links golf. On the bottom, we're rocking this fleeced lined legging situation, like a thermal legging. And then on top of that, we have some fleece lined pants. And then on the top, thermal, long sleeve. And then like a long sleeve shirt in general. And then on top of that, a long sleeve fleece polo situation. And then on top of that, we've got like a thin puffer. Not like a thick one. It has to be like thin, because if it's thick, you can't swing properly. And then in the bag, rain jacket. A hat, maybe one of those headbands that cover your ears, and a prayer, because that is the only way we're staying warm. Am I being slightly dramatic? Yes. Yes, I am. But my point in saying this is that links golf is not for the weak. It's not like someone who casually maybe loves the sport is going to go out there and play a nice long 18 holes. Like, you really have to love the sport to want to go out in the cold and rain and play. Which is why I say links golf is like none other. It's because the people who are out there playing links golf, embarking on the journey that is the old course, they really love the sport. Like, you really have to have some drive and some dedication and some motivation and like a true burning love for golf to be out there. I don't really know how to like phrase this, but it's like the weather makes it such a unique experience in itself. Not because it's like you're playing in such unique conditions. This is gonna sound really weird, but it makes so much sense in my mind. After you've played a round of golf in St. Andrews, when it's like peak St. Andrews rainy, windy weather, you're on cloud nine. Like, imagine this. You have just sat, there's no golf carts. You have just walked 18 holes in the rainy, cold wind. Maybe it's hailing. Maybe there's some sleet. You were shivering, but you enjoyed it and you loved it. And maybe you didn't play your best round. Maybe you did. Who knows? Needless to say, you just did that for 18 holes. And you go back to wherever you are. Maybe a pub. Maybe you're flat. You warm up. And you realize that was so hard, but so rewarding and so fun. And it's just like this mix of like, wow, like my perseverance, my endurance, dare I say. I did that and I got through that. You literally feel empowered after playing around on the links course. They say playing a round of golf at the old course is spiritual. I don't really know who they is, but they're right. Like, it is such an event. It's such an experience. That's all I can say. Like, you genuinely feel like you can do anything and more. And that's why I would say links golf is so unique. Okay, I have the perfect story to sum this all up. At the end of second semester, when it's supposed to be sunshine season in St. Andrews, me and Low Duffs, shout out Lauren, we were like, okay, after film exam, we're going to go play a quick little 9 at Ballgove. It's going to be so nice. It's going to be so chill. It's going to be so fun. Nice little celebration. Or so we thought. Mind you, it had been sunny all day. And our tee time was at 3 p.m. So we get to the golf course, we taxi there, like whatever. We get out, we're like, we're ready. This is going to be so fun. This is going to be so good. I had no more exams. Like my film exam was my last exam. So I was just like, I was feeling amazing. I was feeling all the joy, everything. So we get to the golf course, about to tee off, and immediately it starts raining. I don't think rain is a strong enough word for the weather we were encountering. It was like a hurricane, which is honestly, for me to say that, a lot. As someone who has literally lived through several hurricanes, guys, the weather was so crazy. Like, genuinely the worst I have ever seen it in St. Andrews ever. Okay? Our bags could not stand up on their own because the wind was that strong. I was like shouting to Lauren to try to talk to her. It was so wild. But the funniest part about this whole entire thing was that the rain was literally just on us. It was like literally a little circle pocket of rain and weather and wind and everything, but just on us. Like, everywhere around us in a circle was so sunny and so gorgeous and so beautiful. We were just like, what the heck? Like, literally, what the heck? Anyway, we ended up persevering and enduring this weather, right? And we had like the last few holes and it was so gorgeous and so sunny. At the end, I felt great. I was like, no way, I just did that. Like, that was an experience in itself, but also we had so much fun. To sum it all up, although in the moment you might be like, oh, it's so cold, it's so windy, it's so rainy, if you just like accept it and kind of just like go with it, it's such an experience and it really does change you. So my next point here about the home of golf has shaped St. Andrews to be what it is. Like the town, the uni experience, all of it, it is so heavily shaped and impacted by golf, which is so cool. It's so insane. It's such a crazy vibe. Trying to explain like the impact of golf. In my mind, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with this, the town, as small as it is, it's divided very much so into like 3 groups. So the students, the locals, and the tourist golfers. You already have all of these people traveling to St. Andrews solely to play golf. But then also, so many of the students and the locals play golf. So in a way, it's very much just like a town made up of a bunch of golfers. Obviously, not everyone plays golf. Just like to like put that blanket statement out there. But yeah, it's such like a golf heavy town. And to see how much golf shapes the town, I feel like a really good example of this is the tournament I think they have like towards the end of October, November. But it's the Alfred Dunhill Links tournament. Justin Bieber popped out for it last year. But it's such a cool, surreal experience because it genuinely is like the whole town is involved. I remember walking to class, passing the 18th green, and it was just like there were so many people lined up on the 18th hole because there was a full-on tournament going on. There were students out there were locals out there were obviously people who traveled in just for the tournament. I remember when the tournament was happening on Sunday, I had gone to Taste Sunday morning because I had an essay due not too later that week. And I was just sitting in there working. And the people watching was so fun because everyone was just like coming into the coffee shop with their like little hats on and their tote bags, and they're gonna go watch the game, and they were all talking the game, and they're gonna go watch the tournament, and they were all talking about like their day and like what they were gonna do after, and it was just so cute. And I was also really envious because I was like, I have to get this essay done. It's like due in like 4 days. It's just such like a cool experience to live in the home of golf and just have it affect your daily life like that in your uni life. I don't know, it's just so surreal, and it was so cool to see like how the entire town was involved. People who lived in the center of town, they were hanging like posters on their flats. I don't know, it was just such a fun little experience, and it goes to show how much golf does impact the town, even if you don't play. Like, you do love to kind of just like get in the vibe and get in the spirit and celebrate, and it's so much fun. Golf just like, it helps to kind of create this like one big community spirit. A lot of the times when I've talked to my friends who are thinking about transferring or did end up transferring, one of their whole reasons for transferring is that they felt like there was a lack of school spirit, which honestly I do see a lot because, you know, we don't have like a big football team, we don't have anything crazy like a lot of like state US schools have, but I feel like golf really supplements it a lot. Like when there is a big tournament or just like a big event or something, it's like golf is our thing. In my mind, maybe it's just me, but in my mind, golf is just like, it's something that brings everyone together in our town, which I absolutely adore, I absolutely love. To sum it up in one sentence, golf isn't just like a sport here. It's something that shapes the town and the people and the culture. Like I said earlier, golf isn't just a sport. It's a lifestyle. Okay, moving on. Kind of branching off from our last point. Going to uni where the home of golf is, inevitably the sport is going to affect your life, whether it's directly or indirectly, and like to what extent is dependent upon the person. But I would say like arguably it kind of affects everyone from one point or the other. I'm thinking about all of the times in my own personal life where golf has kind of like indirectly changed my life, affected my life, made an impression on me. And it's from like such small things to like the big things. So starting with the small things, walking from the 18th green to the beach at sunset became like a daily ritual for me to calm my mind, calm my head, relax my thoughts, you know, just like decompress at the end of the day. And it was everything I needed and more. Just like seeing it and like seeing how beautiful it was, seeing the golfers come in on the 18th. It was just so beautiful. It really helped me and it helped grounded me. Whether I played golf or not, I feel like golf very much served a purpose in my life and affected my life, right? But that's like just like a super, super small, minuscule thing. If you're looking at the bigger picture, golf brought me some of my best friends. Okay, a reoccurring theme in my life is that I meet basically my lifelong friends through golf. I don't know why. In high school, I met Gabby. Here, I met Lauren. Okay, so story goes, during Freshers Week, I really wanted to go to the golf Give It a Go, which essentially is, it's like a chance for you to go try a sport without committing to it. I was like, I want to go. I think it'll be fun. Like, whatever, see what's going on. So I texted Caroline and I was like, Caroline, we're going. You're coming with me. Great. Caroline comes with me and we end up meeting Lauren, who we're literally living with next year. Like, the three of us are living together in a flat. But yeah, we ended up meeting her through this golf Give It a Go. Mind you, I wasn't really expecting anything big from this or anything crazy. We literally ended up meeting our future flatmate. Anyway, so we met Freshers Week, kind of like stayed in contact, weren't like super duper close. And then over winter break before second semester, we were talking, we were like, yeah, you know, we didn't really go out a lot. Like, we didn't really go to any of the golf socials. Like, we need to make more of an effort to go out. So we both agreed, we were like, okay, first Wednesday, first sports night back, like we'll go to the golf social together, it'll be so fun. So the first Wednesday rolls around and I'm like, Lauren, we're going. And we went. And for some reason, I don't know what compelled me to do this, but I invited Alice to come with us. Mind you, Alice has never played golf before, ever. So I don't really know like what was going through my head, but I was like, Alice, you're coming, you're joining. And so the three of us went to this little golf social together and genuinely was love at first sight. We ended up making a group chat like 20 minutes in, and we genuinely have been inseparable ever since. I think after the social, like 2 days later, I was like, guys, this is Caroline, this is them. Like, we're all friends now. And we genuinely have become like the core four in my mind. Like, they're my people, they're my girls. I would accredit all of that to golf. Because if it wasn't for Freshers Week and the golf Give It a Go, I wouldn't have met Lauren. If it wasn't for the golf socials, I wouldn't have like gotten closer to Lauren. I wouldn't have invited Alice. We wouldn't have all met each other. Golf in that way impacted my life in a huge way. And it also impacted Lauren, Alice's, and Caroline's life in a huge way. And I'm such a firm believer that I'm not the only person who's had that experience. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I feel like there are so many other people who have very similar experiences in regards to golf kind of having almost like a butterfly effect in their life. Just because it is such a huge part of the town and the history and the culture, that it is kind of inevitable for it not to affect your life in one way or another. Yo, wait, I kind of was on a roll with that one. Okay, I kind of love that. So what would one of my podcast episodes be if I wasn't giving you guys my 2 cents, giving you guys my words of wisdom? Obviously, we're going to conclude with MEG's words of wisdom. So I'm going to turn into Shakespeare for a second, and I'm going to connect Link's golf to life lessons that it's taught me. I'm going to keep it brief. I'm going to keep it rapid fire. I really wanted to include this because I feel like it ties everything in so nicely. Number 1, endurance in the moment. Yes, difficult, worth it in the after. Playing a round of golf and the crazy links elements with the rain and the cold and the wind and the hail and everything. Difficult in the moment, but after, you feel unstoppable. In life, guys, do the hard thing. Always do the hard thing. Like a little bit of suffering, worth the reward. Do the hard thing to get to the good thing. Number 2, your environment shapes you. Okay, so I feel like my big point was like how golf has shaped St. Andrews and the people in the town and created such a community. Whatever environment you place yourself in, it's going to shape you, it's going to affect you. So make sure you're placing yourself in a good environment, one that helps you grow and bloom. Okay, number 3, final. You'll never know who you'll meet through the opportunities you're given. Clock it. Yeah, I feel like taking like the little opportunities that golf has provided me has led me to meet some pretty interesting and cool people and some people who have stuck around for a while. So just being really open-minded through every opportunity you're given to the people that you're going to meet, because you will meet some very interesting, cool people, and you never know. They may end up being lifelong friends. They may end up impacting your life in ways that you'd never imagine. Just stay open-minded. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining. As always, I love chatting with you guys. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Come back for next week's episode. Let's chat soon. Okay, bye.